The universe is old, unimaginably old. Yet in our endless search to understand it, we thought we had a solid grasp of its age, around 13.8 billion years. That number was supposed to be the cornerstone of modern cosmology, the very foundation on which we build our understanding of time, galaxies, and existence itself. But then came a discovery so unthinkable, so terrifying in its implications, that it forced scientists to stop and ask, have we been wrong all along? When the James Webb Space Telescope aimed its golden eyes at the distant reaches of space, it wasn't just peering across billions of light years, it was looking back through time itself, glimpsing the faintest whispers of creation. But instead of seeing young, chaotic galaxies struggling to form, Webb found something that shattered everything we thought we knew. Ancient, massive galaxies that seemed too old, too big, too well-formed to exist so soon after the supposed birth of the universe. Some of these cosmic giants appeared to be billions of years older than the universe itself. In fact, one shocking reading pointed towards something even more disturbing, evidence of structures that could be as old as 30 billion years. Think about that. 30 billion years. More than twice the age of the universe we thought existed. It's like finding a diary written long before humanity was even born, or stumbling upon ruins of a civilization that shouldn't exist because time itself said it couldn't. That's the level of impossibility Webb uncovered. And for scientists, it wasn't just confusing, it was terrifying. Because if what Webb saw is real, then everything, the Big Bang, the timeline of creation, our very definition of time, may be wrong. Suddenly, the story of the cosmos we've held on to begins to unravel. What if the universe didn't begin the way we thought? What if there was something before the Big Bang, something vast and ancient still echoing in the darkness? As the images came in, astronomers stared in disbelief. Galaxies that should have been faint and formless were glowing brightly, structured like mature cities of stars. Some of them were so massive, they shouldn't have had time to form in just a few 100 million years after the Big Bang. It was like walking into a kindergarten class and finding not toddlers, but adults sitting at the desks. Time itself seemed broken, but the most unsettling part wasn't just the galaxies themselves, it was what they hinted at. If structures older than the universe exist, then maybe the universe has a past we've never imagined. Maybe the Big Bang wasn't the beginning, but just one chapter in a much older, much stranger story. And if that's true, then what else is hiding out there in the deep black, waiting to be seen? The deeper Webb looked, the stranger things became. It wasn't just one or two galaxies defying the rules. It was dozens, scattered across the darkness, like silent witnesses to a story we were never meant to uncover. Their light carried secrets older than time itself, and every photon Webb captured was like a whisper from an ancient era, telling us we may have misunderstood everything about our place in the cosmos. Scientists tried to explain it away at first. Maybe the measurements were wrong. Maybe Webb's instruments were tricking us, or perhaps the galaxies weren't as massive as they seemed. But the data kept coming, and the images were undeniable. These weren't illusions. These galaxies were real, and they were impossibly old. That's when the fear began to set in. Because if the universe is older than we think, then the Big Bang wasn't the beginning. It was just a beginning. Maybe there were other cycles before ours, whole universes rising and falling long before our stars were born. What if our universe is just one breath in an endless cycle of creation and destruction, repeating again and again, stretching back not billions, but trillions of years? Imagine it. Civilizations born under alien suns, living and dying in universes that existed long before ours. Entire galaxies swallowed by darkness, only for the cosmos to reset, starting over again with another Big Bang. Webb's discovery didn't just challenge science, it cracked open the terrifying possibility that we're not living in the first universe, or the only one. And then came the whispers of something even more unsettling. If galaxies appear older than the universe, could it mean that time itself doesn't flow the way we think? Maybe time isn't a straight line stretching from the past into the future. Maybe it bends, folds, and loops back on itself. Maybe those 30 billion-year-old structures are echoes from a reality that overlapped with ours, bleeding through from a universe before ours, or one existing alongside it, hidden in plain sight. For those who have spent their lives studying the stars, the thought was chilling. Because if time isn't what we believe it to be, then neither is reality. What we see in the night sky might just be the faintest shadow of something larger, older, and far stranger than we can comprehend. And if that's true, then the James Webb Space Telescope may have just given us our first glimpse of a truth humanity isn't ready to face. If the James Webb Space Telescope is right, then everything we thought we knew about our place in the cosmos has been shattered. For generations, humanity has believed we lived in a young, expanding universe, born from a single flash of creation, a beginning we could measure and trace. But what Webb has shown us is far more unsettling. The universe may not have a true beginning. It may not have an end. Instead, it could be infinite, eternal, looping through cycles of birth and death beyond anything we can imagine. Our world, our galaxies, even our very lives could just be one chapter in a story that has been written and erased countless times before. Think about what that means. All of human history, from the first fires lit by ancient hands to the modern towers of steel and glass we've built, may be nothing more than a fleeting spark in a universe that has already seen everything. Civilizations older than Earth itself may have once thrived in universes before ours, only to vanish into the dark, leaving behind nothing but whispers hidden in starlight. And now through Webb, those whispers have reached us. But there's something haunting in this discovery too. If galaxies existed before our universe was even born, then perhaps life itself is older than we can fathom. Maybe we are not the first. Maybe we are not alone. Perhaps the universe is a vast stage where countless civilizations rise, fall, and rise again, leaving behind only shadows that bleed into the next cycle. It forces us to confront a truth we're not ready to face. We are small, fragile, temporary. The laws we think govern reality may not be laws at all, but fragments of a deeper truth hidden behind the veil of time. And if that veil is finally lifting, then Webb has not only revealed the oldest light ever seen, it has revealed how little we truly understand. Yet within that fear lies something beautiful. Because if the universe has been reborn again and again, then so has the possibility of life. Somewhere out there, in cycles before ours, life may have flourished. And somewhere in the cycles to come, long after we are gone, life will flourish again. The story never ends. It only changes. And so, as we stare into the dark with Webb, looking at galaxies that should not exist, we are reminded of something profound. We are part of a universe that is older, stranger, and more mysterious than we can ever comprehend. A universe where time itself may be just an illusion, and where the true beginning and the true end may never be known. The James Webb Space Telescope hasn't just changed science, it has changed us. It has forced us to ask the questions we've been too afraid to ask. Where did we come from? Are we really alone? And if the universe is eternal, what will become of us when our time runs out? One thing is certain, the night sky will never look the same again.